So let's continue with our end of season player reviews. Let's move on to our next goalkeeper. It's Paulo Gazzaniga. He played 2 games this season. Clive summarised his performances for us. He played against Spurs and Crystal Palace.
I didn't see either of them. Now Gazza has developed as a keeper, but I think he has to go out on loan to a Championship club or a League One club to prove himself. I really think it's a vital area of the team. Fraser's fantastic. I think it's come to the time now where we have to strengthen that area as a reserve keeper and sign somebody to step in if Fraser does get injured, because we've made this mistake for about 3 seasons now. We had Boris, what's his name? Borac before, yeah, Borac. And when he got injured, we were in the same position. I think people say about goalkeepers come to maturity at 30, but you know, Gazzaniga, hand on heart, I don't think he's got it at the Premiership. I really hope I'm wrong, but that's my opinion on him.
What do you make of Gazzaniga's performance this season?
Well, I think Gazzaniga has always had a raw deal from Saints fans. I mean, when he arrived here at 19, 20 years old 4 years ago when we were back in the Premier League. And the idea is we'd signed a good young keeper. We were going to develop him, get him some good goalkeeping coaching, bring him on. And goalkeepers don't really mature till they're 24. I mean, Fraser Forster, at Gazzaniga's age now, he'd never played a Premier League game. He played a few games in Scotland, but that's hardly the top league in the world. So people forget that Gazzaniga was thrown in at the deep end in front of a defence that had conceded 15 goals in 4 games. Kelvin Davis had to be dropped because he'd been appalling in all 4 of those games. He was thrown in at the deep end and he came in and he had some good performances and he won us some games. And he had some bad performances, but then again he wasn't the only man in the back 4 or 5, including the keeper, that was having back performances. And that's set him back a number of years. And every season when he's had to come in, he's always come in at difficult times, Manchester City away and things like that, when we've been appalling all round. So Saints supporters have generally not given him the credit he deserves and dented his confidence. Now, last season he came back and played away at Leicester and at home to Aston Villa and had a decent game at home to Aston Villa. This season he came in at Palace, which I was at, and he had a great performance. It could have been 4-0 to Palace without his 3 or 4 good saves he put off. He played against Tottenham, and again we lost 2-0. But the errors in that were the defence and not the goalkeeper. So where he's at now is exactly where Clive says we need to get in a good, decent backup goalkeeper, which I think could be Martin Stecklenburg if press reports are right, to cover Fraser Forster. And then we need to get Gazzaniga out on loan to a Championship club to get his confidence up, and then bring him back next season and see if he's ready to step up to the plate. And if he can do it at Championship level, then maybe he'll be ready to step up, and we'll find out how good he is. He's got the talent, he's got the ability. What he hasn't got at the moment is the confidence that comes from playing games. Bear in mind at this stage, I looked this up when I did the online version of the players report. Gazzaniga had played 19 games for Gillingham in League One when he was thrown in the Premiership. He's now played 20 games for Saints in 5 years and only 4 in the last 2. He needs confidence, but most importantly, he needs games.
Summarise the season out of 10, mate.
He's played 2 games. For the 2 performances he's had, it's a 7 out of 10 because he played well. You can't give him any more than that, you can't give him less. So again, I'm going straight down the middle with him.
Clive, what do you reckon?
Well, I do remember the Palace game and her highlights, but yeah, he did do well there, so I'll give him a 6 for that. But I just, hand on heart, I just don't think he's a Premiership goalkeeper. I really hope he proves me wrong.
I'm going to agree with Clive on this one, 6 out of 10. Certainly one for the future. He's played a lot of games for the under-21s this season, and to be continued for Gazzaniga. Let us know in the comments what you're going to give him out of 10, and subscribe for more. Now's your chance to win yourself a very own Ugly Inside t-shirt, Northern Soul, or a Red and White Machine t-shirt. All you've got to do is make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and just leave us a comment in any single video, and we'll pick out one of our favourites in a couple of weeks' time.